It's the Paris Tongue Show. It's the Paris Tongue Show, show. It's the Paris Tongue Show. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Paris Chong Show. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in. And today we're talking to Desiree Astorga, who I just found out, who's lovely and an amazing photographer and very talented and gifted. And she just told me today that's not really her last name,
No.
but you liked it better than your
Well,
given last name?
my given last name wasn't, we found out probably about 10 years ago that actually wasn't our real last name. But that was the name I was raised with. And
So how
then,
does that even happen?
I think it's being Italian.
Being
Being
Italian?
Italian, there's
Oh,
certain things,
they wanted because it was probably a mob family and they needed to change your name so that you
there's
guys wouldn't
a
have a
lot
hit
of
out on you.
lies, a lot of
Yeah,
lies, I think.
I
But
love that you're Italian. Who's Italian in your family?
my dad was Italian.
And his last name was Ronald?
Um, uh,
Giacomo.
it's something else, but yeah, no,
Oh,
but that's what I was raised with.
yeah.
They went as far to tell us that um, we were Scottish Italian, and so they took us to Scotland, and they got our tartan, the
Okay.
Scottish tartan, and then my sister did a one of
23andMe.
23 and Me, and
Oh
like we found out there
gosh,
is
you have some
zero
relatives out
zero
there that are
s-
gonna go to jail.
zero Scottish in us.
No.
So yeah, and then so the truth kind of came out, and then came
So
out
what are
also
you from the 23?
Italian and Belgian.
That's wild, and that's why you speak French.
Yeah, I was raised speaking French. My mom is Belgian. She came to the United States, sponsored by Gillette Razors, to come train with Sammy Lee, for
Wow.
diving for the Olympics.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah. So,
So is that how you got your love of sports?
well, my dad played minor leagues as well.
Oh,
My dad was an athlete as well, and I think we all just kind of, yeah, we got that gene.
who's we? Do we have brothers
I
and
have
sisters?
sisters. I have two sisters,
Oh, I love
younger
that.
sisters.
I have
Yeah,
three sisters. It's great having sisters, isn't it?
yeah. We're
So
crazy.
you're because you really love taking pictures of sports
It,
primarily.
it's what I do and what
Yeah.
I love. Yeah.
And your favorite is skateboarding?
It's what I'm known for, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean skateboarding because I know the tricks, or I know when to take the pictures.
Hmm.
And I love my skateboarding family. I love skateboarding.
Yeah, that's how we met through
Yeah.
skateboarding, through Stefan Vanasco and Ray Barbie's pop up in Santa Barbara last summer. I was so glad I met you. I was like, who is this cute girl on the floor taking photos?
Oh, you're so sweet,
I
Paris.
was like, I
Yeah.
have to know her. And you are also a skateboarder?
Yeah.
And
I mean, I still skate, but I
do
mean,
you?
yeah, I mean, not like on the level that I would love to, but yeah, I still have to for my
How
sanity.
often?
Lately, about once a week.
That's good. So
So,
is that how you stay so nice and slim?
no, I mean, I don't know. I walk and I skate, I just do stuff. But yeah, I probably would look better if I skated more.
No, you look really, really good, and you're so tan. So
Walking.
yeah, walking's great exercise. So now tell me about Ray Barbie, because I know you have a lot of photos of him on your website. How did you meet him? Because he's one of our favorite guys at Leica
From skateboarding.
from
Yeah.
skateboarding. He's
And
incredible.
I just feel so truly blessed to have him as a friend in my life.
Yeah, he's special.
He's really special.
Ray Barbie could have a show about a religion. That would be a good Ray, if you want to make money on a podcast and you do a religious podcast, you'll make a lot of money. But we are bad Catholics, so we're not going to make any money.
No,
You're
I'm
a recovering
recovering
she's a
Catholic.
recovering Catholic. Just a bad Catholic.
Well, no,
So
I mean, yeah, yeah, I mean, and to each his own. Like, I don't care what
yeah.
people, like, whatever works for anybody, I feel like
Hmm.
is great.
I
Like,
love that the Pope's name is Leo because
yeah,
that's my son's name. I'm like, yes, Pope Leo. I love it. My son loved it too. I thought that was cool. And ironically, I had just watched Conclave, so I could understand a little bit about that
the
process.
procession.
Yeah, because being a bad Catholic, I didn't really, I wasn't really up on the Pope um, things that happen in Pope
So were
world.
you confirmed as well?
Yeah.
What was your name?
Oh God,
Sorry, I just
no,
flipped to
no,
interview.
no, I don't know. It's okay. Well, that's what you do. No, I don't. Oh no, I wasn't confirmed. I just had
Oh,
my
okay.
what is it? My first Holy Communion.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
first communion.
that's as
Okay,
Catholic
okay,
as it got,
okay.
and it was. I remember that being terrifying, and I still get scared whenever you have to go to some kind of function and go up and receive the body of Christ because I still just can never remember what hand goes first. Okay, wait, so your show, the Desiree Show.
Yes.
That's why I'm so glad that you could that's why I wanted you to come on the show because I thought you're my first guest that has their own podcast.
Well, it's technically it's going to be it's always been radio.
Oh,
So,
radio, I'm even better.
but now it's going to be podcasted.
Okay, so
So,
wait, what now the radio station is called
well, I was at
I
KKSM,
love
I
this.
was at oh God, World Tune Radio, and then I was at Dash Radio.
Okay, because that's what I saw, World Tune Radio. So and
Yeah.
that's I've never heard of World Tune
It
Radio.
was a small little spot down in Oside, and I was hungry and looking for a spot. It kind of came up through friends, and so I was like, "Cool, I can broadcast." And
Yeah.
there's a lot of issues, but I was thankful for a place to
No, it's
broadcast.
good to be on the radio. You know, I actually started off my radio career being at the Barstow stations. Yeah, and
Amazing.
I used to do traffic, weather, and top 40 on Saturday nights for the Las Vegas and LA drive, which at the time sounded so horrible to me. But now when I think back, that was really cool. A lot of people listen to those stations, you know.
They always tune in.
Yeah, but I think more so then before there was a lot of, you know, digital music on in the car. But I did that. Then I also did K Jazz. And then I also did spikeradio.com, the world's first internet radio station. But it was so new that it was too new and it was
Mhm.
just too soon. But it was a really great experience. I used to have a show called Disco Lady.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it was a
Is that so?
dance.
And that's where disco's name came
No,
from? No,
not
no,
that actually.
speaking of
Hi,
the devil,
Disco.
there he
Here
is.
he goes. Yeah, no, that's not where it came from.
I
I,
mean, no,
I
not
just
the
saw,
origins, but
I just rescued Disco from this place called Amy's Disco, which was the name of the rescue place. But then I thought, oh my God, Disco is such a great name for a dog. So that's kind of how I found him on a Chihuahua rescue. So we talk about Disco a lot here on the show. I think he gets a lot more attention than the guest, which is really horrible. So getting back to you, Desiree.
disco's red.
So what do you talk? So your show is an hour-long show on the radio.
Yes.
An
Well,
hour is a long time, don't you think?
it can and it can't be. I feel like it's nice. I mean, you come with experience as well with radio, so you
Yeah.
have like, your ins and your outs, and like there's a format,
Yeah.
that you use, and or resetting the show. But I think having a set time is kind of nice
Yeah.
because then you've got to do it within that time frame.
Yeah, but it's brutal if you kind of realize that you don't have a lot to talk about with
Def.
somebody, which
Oh,
happens, and sometimes you don't know
yeah.
until you're there.
That has never happened for
Okay,
me.
thank
I mean,
God.
I end up doing, with when I worked in TV, I remember like learning like you do, it's 3 hours of prep for every hour a show you do. So I do tons of prep, and then most of my guests have been friends or people that I do know.
Yeah.
And then I would reach
Well,
out
that
and
makes it easy.
it'd make it easy, but also you want to go deeper, and so I'd reach out to other friends, mutual friends. I'd get like a quote from them or a story from them, and I'd share that as well on the show.
Yeah.
Just depending.
3 hours of prep? I think I do 3 minutes of prep. I
Yeah,
hope there's someone out
you're
there
better
going,
than
"Yeah,
I am.
we could tell,
No,
lady." No,
no, no.
but I don't do any prep, and I don't really have any I kind of wing it. It's, all unscripted, which was part of the what I wanted to do, 'cause, one of my friends that helped me do this podcast was listening to me talk to somebody at the gallery, and he was like, "Oh, do you talk like this all the time?" And I said, "Yeah, we talk like this all the time," and that's how this whole thing happened.
No, it's amazing. Well,
You
no,
d
and that's podcast. See, that's what I
Yeah,
said is this is going to be a little different for me
right.
because it's going to be on camera, which didn't want to do. I mean,
Me neither.
oh, you're
No, but
gorgeous.
I didn't want to. I did when I got here. You should see my very first promo. I look like hell. It was. I mean, we
It's
have to.
hard to
We
hard.
actually need to get rid of that thing. It was funny as hell because I didn't really know what was happening. But when I got here, I had been working. I had no makeup on. I looked like hell. And I said, "Wait a second. There's cameras." And they said, "Yeah, it's a video." And oh no, but I did it and then I look at it and I'm like, God, I hate the way I look. But then I kind of think what I was talking about was so funny and I don't want to be conceited about how I look. And it's like, I guess I look like that day. So I'm just going to roll with it. It's like, you can't always make yourself look fabulous all the time. And I'm not trying to, especially after like all the modeling years when you had to like starve yourself and really care so much about how you look to the point of it not being healthy. So,
Mhm.
and I've had a lot of photographers that are now that were models that are photographers now, like Sylvie Blum and Lisa Moore. So it's kind of interesting. But you are gorgeous, and you're Italian and Belgium, not Mexican, because I thought your last name was maybe Mexican
Yeah, it's from my
from your
ex-husband.
ex-husband.
Yeah.
Does he like that you kept his last name?
I mean, that's how, well, when I started getting published in the magazines for skateboarding, I went by Desiree, and
Mhm.
you know, because he suggested, actually, and it was a great suggestion because I was the only Desiree. And then when we got married, you know, he's like, you should be Desiree or Desiree Astorga, just because people knew me. You know, if it was Astorga, they would think he shot the photo. I
Yeah.
mean, you
Is he
know,
so he's a pro.
no, he's a skater. He's a pro. He was a pro skater. But like, so, but yeah, so I just kept the name. Yeah, that's what I mean. Desiree Ronald Astorga or Desiree Astorga. It's not
Yeah.
legal. It was never legally changed except for on my passport.
Yeah.
But
Which
yeah,
has now several names,
it has several
apparently.
names. So very, very European.
You
Yeah,
got every box covered. Yeah, no,
yeah.
that's good though.
So not as
Oh,
bad as my mom's. My mom has like all of her godmother's names, like Marie for Frederique. Like she has a bunch of names. Like we
yeah.
would tease her.
Are you still friends with your ex-husband?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So are you super attracted to skateboarders?
Um, I don't, not so much like attracted. It's just kind of like that's my people. That's
Mhm.
my
It is a culture. It's such a
yeah.
cool culture.
Well, there's just, I mean, just my friends, like I have like, I mean, I'm so thankful for my skateboarding family. I mean, they're like, they are my family. Like,
Mhm.
you know, in skateboarding, it's like you slam and you get back up and you drop right back in, and you know, you go and you skate at a park, or you skate somewhere you don't know anyone, or you don't know somebody trying a trick, they finally land it and you're hyped for them,
Yeah.
just like they're hyped for you. It's just, it's very special. I mean, I feel very blessed that it's been a part of my life, you know.
I'm so sad I missed your show with Patrick Noho on it. That's an
Oh,
old friend of mine.
no, Pat hasn't been on my show
Oh, I
yet.
thought I saw something.
It was at a Vans event. It was at Van the Combi. It was
Oh,
a
you
photo
did.
of him.
You didn't. I
No,
thought you
not
had him
yet.
on.
He hasn't been on my
Did
show.
you ask him?
Not yet.
Do you
I
see
should.
him often?
I haven't. I usually would see him annually, usually, and or Oregon trips. We'd see him, and he'd go on these Oregon like skate
He
trips.
fell off the face of the earth. He used to be one of my best mates, and I did one of his first art shows for him. He's a really good
He's an
illustrator.
amazing artist.
Yeah.
We just got reset.
Welcome back to being Catholic.
Or
I'm
this is the
Paris
Jewish
Chong.
show.
You're bad. No, that's another show. No, but okay. So we were talking about Patrick Noho. I think this is the second time I brought up Patrick. We used to be really, really close. He introduced me to this friend of his, my girlfriend Star Oakland, who's a body painter, and I was pregnant at the time, and then I got really close to this woman, and then he told me I can't be friends with you if you're friends with this woman. I go, you introduced me to her, and he's like, yeah, I just can't be around her. So it was just
Some
kind of a
psycho girl.
weird it was kind of a weird thing, but I haven't seen him in a really long time, but I love him. And do you know that he was the entertainment for my son's 5th birthday at the Culver Skate Park?
Oh, rad.
Yeah, it was so much better than hiring a Batman or a Spider-Man or,
You got
whatever.
a like
It was like
official like Pat NoHo.
a hot Filipino Norwegian skateboarder dude. And then the moms were really happy. I think I mentioned that story too. So you're welcome, Patrick. And so you see him in Oregon. Why Oregon?
Well, no, I would see him like on like Hurley tours or like different
Okay.
tours. Like there is be like these skate contests, cement contests, you know,
Okay.
and you know the companies would kind of, you know, there'd be an event going on, and then you would also go out and shoot photos.
Do you do a lot of events?
Used to, yeah, for 20 years. I used to.
Who would that people would hire you to do that?
No, I'd be well, the companies. I'd shoot for the companies, or I'd go out and I'd submit for the magazines.
So then they would buy the photos?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good way to make a living. It's different now though, right? The magazine.
There aren't any
Yeah, there's
magazines.
no magazine. Somebody brought me a magazine yesterday and I was like, I felt like I've never seen a magazine before. I was like, oh my God, this is the most beautiful magazine I've ever seen, but there's no magazines.
No. Yeah,
It's
well, the
kind of
companies would
sad.
do it. The companies would take care of me. I'd go shoot like these, you know, I'd go shoot these tours or whatever, or I'd go shoot ad campaigns, or I'd shoot, you know, portraits or lifestyles or action photo, whatever
Mhm.
they needed. And then also Grant and Dave, Britton was my mentor, and like Grant
Mhm.
really kind of I still have the list of things he'd written down for me on a yellow piece of paper on how to shoot, what do different things on how to shoot mechanically. And so they both were super supportive. So when they started from Transworld, and then when they started the skateboard mag, I kind of followed suit and went with them to the skateboard mag. And yeah, I mean,
So what do you do now to make a living as a
hustle,
hustle? You're a hustler? She's a professional hustler. And
hustling,
again, why she's a recovering Catholic.
very Catholic.
Recovering
Um,
Catholic.
yeah, I'm doing. I was doing social media for brands. Like I
Yeah.
worked, you know, 5 years in TV. I still shoot. I've been
Yeah,
shooting bands lately, music, friends of mine more
that's
so than
cool.
anything.
I couldn't
Um,
believe how good Ray was.
oh,
I
Ray's
mean, I've seen him a million times, but I just never watched him how he just, like, layered it like that.
Ray's
So
so
great, so
talented, so
talented. He'll be
talented.
on soon. I love Ray Barbie. He's a good man,
Yeah,
a
Ray's
really good
amazing.
man. Okay, so how can I help you? I want to help you make money doing photography.
Well, I
Have you
yeah.
done shows? A lot,
I've been in a lot of
a lot of
shows
shows.
over the years, but I haven't been in any in a while. And sorry, I just hit the mic.
That's
They're gonna
okay.
be mad at me.
Punch
They're
it.
gonna
You
come.
can punch it.
Um, so yeah, no. So I want to. I mean, Mollusk actually shared some interest in me doing a show
Oh,
there.
wasn't that a
Um,
cute
that
place?
was a great
We did
venue.
a Stefan Vanasco, he goes down to Santa Barbara quite he goes through Santa Barbara quite a bit because his daughter lives in Pismo Beach,
Yeah,
and he met those guys, and they guess they have a little art space. So if you're in Santa Barbara, Mollusk and Funk, was it the Funk Zone, has a cool
it's
little gallery,
it's a
and
rad little
I
spot.
loved it
And
there,
then
and
Ray played, which was amazing
yeah,
too. I
it
mean,
was
it was
such a
just such a
beautiful event. I love
yeah.
that event. They
That
were
was a
so
cool spot.
sweet. The Funk Zone. And I was trying it's the funny thing about the Funk Zone is there wasn't really any restaurants where you could sit at a table because everything was communal. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
I'm kind of like, this is funky, right? That's why they call it the Funk Zone.
Funkson.
I just want to have a table, sit down by myself, not 100 people.
Well, no, but we sat down in that little seating area.
Yeah. Well,
I think.
that was so sweet. That
Yeah.
whole little I love that show.
Yeah, there's some really cool little pieces there. So,
So
but
they
yeah, no,
show
so
so did they see your
they
photography when you were
they
there?
want to do a show.
I
I've
love
been
that.
trying to do a zine. I'm potentially maybe gonna try to do something with Skullcandy as well. That's where I'll be broadcasting my show. And so I'm super excited for
You're
that.
gonna be broadcasting your new podcast?
Yeah,
Or it's your show, The Desiree
it's gonna
Show,
yeah, but it's gonna be I'm gonna be
on a
broadcasting
podcast.
at Skullcandy's facilities. Yeah.
That's really awesome.
So yeah, it's a really cool company, really cool spot, and
So what do you think's, like, gonna be the difference between doing a podcast and doing a radio show?
um, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm gonna do my prep, but I
Mhm.
always try to do my prep and then just
3
allow for
hours of
things to
prep?
happen. Yeah, kind
Gosh,
of.
maybe I should start doing
No,
that.
no. I mean, I just because
You
it's
make me
nice,
feel bad.
it's better to be over prepared than under
Yeah.
prepared. Especially with people are coming up. Like, I just want to make sure. I don't know, but then also let it be organic.
When you
So.
prep, what do you do? Go online and just research what they're doing and, how many kids they have or what?
Oh, that I mean, that's just like no. Yeah. I mean, obviously, like
Mhm.
the given stuff if I don't know it. But like going through like old videos and like remembering like which parts resonated for me, which parts were very
Right.
iconic for them. Just kind of I know a lot of it, but then just kind of making sure I got the right information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the head sometimes will not work with me. I'll get like this
So no flying
disassociation.
by the seat of your pants like, same like moi.
No, no, I mean, I think it's good. I mean, I think the
Yeah.
podcast is like, there's no difference, I guess. The only thing was the fearful thing was for me was being on camera again,
Oh.
but it's not
Yeah, it's
about
not my
me.
favorite thing.
But it's not about me. It was cool. I ran into Burnett, at, Tom Schar's and Gregson's video premiere in Encinitas a few weeks back. And he was like, Des, it's not about us. And it was like that good reminder, like, it isn't about me. It's about me being able to share these stories of these incredible people that I happen to know or be friends with. And they're all so inspiring.
Yeah.
So when I put it like that, it's gonna be fine. It's not about, I'm just excited to be able to share some stories of some really rad people.
So don't you think though the Desiree Show is about you a little bit?
Well, that was it's those so the tagline's first downs and flip tricks because I'll do NFL and skateboarding. So whether it's skateboarding legends, current pros, artists, and I would be in Chargers locker room, would be at Super Bowls doing interviews with people,
That's so
and
cool. Wait,
so
what's the tagline?
first downs and flip tricks.
Okay.
And then Mark Penska, actually, amazing artist, did my graphic for me.
Yeah.
Which give him big props right now. So he did my graphic for me. And I love it because it's got that vintage feel. It's got the vintage feel of like old sports
Yeah.
vintage feeling to it. And he kind of like entwined it. That the People had suggested it would be the Desiree Show, and now I'm like, I don't know if it should be the Desiree Show.
Well, it has,
Um,
I think, how long have you had the show?
like 13 years I've been doing it,
Jesus, that's
but
a long
it's
time.
been off for a minute
It's been on
though.
the radio for 13 years?
It was, it's on, no, I mean, it was throughout the different homes I've had it.
Okay.
So for 13 years, but it hasn't been
That's
on in a few
amazing.
years. I mean, I've done like 355 live shows and
Wow.
655 interviews, I think.
And
Um,
that's incredible.
you
And
know,
it's
and they're
on
not all on
everyone.
there.
It's
Well, no, it's going to be coming. It's going to be going on
so you
again.
have it all pre-recorded and those are going to go on the show?
I'm going to start. They're going to be new. They're all going to be new, and I'll recycle some of the older shows as well. Um,
600 shows?
600 interviews,
That's amazing.
355 live shows. So, and live being that with a time parameter and like having to be in and out and commercial breaks and at different times, the shows had different homes.
Yeah.
So,
What would be your dream station or podcast place to be?
huh, I don't know. I mean,
Like, would you want to be on K-Rock or
no,
no?
no. I mean,
Or
music is important to me, but like, I mean, I've also come up with all these different ideas, like of different series, like to share some other stories.
mm-hmm.
But I mean, my NFL films is like a dream job, I think.
NFL.
NFL films, like specifically, just the filming was so
So
incredible. But
how
they
did
don't do podcasts. I mean,
yeah, how did you get involved with the NFL players you took pictures of?
I I started meeting some of the guys, some of the players, at my
Now we
chiropractor.
all want to know, how do you meet football players?
No,
There's a lot of
well,
girls
no, they
out
used to
there
throw
that
food
would
at
love to know.
me
Oh,
in high school.
okay.
I was a punk rocker, so
Oh
I
God, you
hated
knew
football.
them from high school?
No, I
You have
didn't.
to
I
go to high
hated it.
school with them. Sorry, girls.
No, no, you don't. No, no, I
Yeah.
didn't know these guys from high school.
So
Like,
wait, the guys that the pictures you have on your website of some of the players, you have who the
Sean Phillips or like
yeah.
Sean Phillips is a good friend. I don't know. There's a variety of players
Yeah, and you
from
just
games and
do so how is that so you go to games to take the photos or
or their homes
okay.
or practice. Like I was
So you
fortunate to
how do
be.
you get into the homes of the NFL players?
That's no, no. I mean,
And some
no,
people would wanna know that.
no, no, no. No, because they're just like my skateboarding family.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, but you
there's
know how I think girls
I'm
are
not a groupie girl.
no,
Like
I know.
so,
I
well, I
actually
used to
kind of
play
feel
as
like it
well.
after the Devo
Yeah,
thing. I actually I was like, "Hey, are there backstage passes to that?" I have no shame, but I've been spoiled because one of my I went on a world tour with Culture Club, so I'm so used to being around bands and being in
same.
music.
Yeah.
But wait, the
No, just
NFL,
that sounds really weird because when
you
you
know,
turn that
but
on.
no, I'm not a groupie, but I don't. I just love. I love music. I don't think I've ever been a groupie,
No, I'm not. No,
but
no.
there's some cool groupies out there too, that ended up being pretty famous people. But um but there's a lot of sports groupies now. Like remember like back in the day it was like girls wanted to go out with, Robert Plant and rock and roll stars, right? And now girls want to go out with basketball players and football players.
Oh yeah.
It's like the thing.
Well, it's been. Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
yeah,
there's
I'm
just. I
just
mean,
slow. I'm me. I don't prep, so
yeah. No, no, no.
um
But I mean, it's no. Shush. No, no, no. I
I
mean,
don't
it's not.
know.
No, but it's been. I mean, it's been. It's
Yeah, no,
been.
but it's just I think it's kind of funny.
So
They're like
it's just like I
specifically
would go
wanna
shoot
date
skaters.
sports. What's that?
Well, I you said go into their homes. Same thing with shooting like skate. I'd go over to their homes, like guys, that I knew and like
Yeah,
knew my husband, and I mean, it's always been, I've always been on the up and up with everything.
yeah.
I remember one player I went though, I had to go shot photos at his house. It was like 2 days in a row. I shot and then I came back the next morning, and the maid saw me
Oh
like.
gosh.
And she was like, and I'm like, no, 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 because another girl had
I'm
left, and I was
not
like,
an
I'm not
NFL
Girl
groupie.
Friday, I'm not,
Yeah.
like, and she was like, okay, no, she got it, but I was like, so because it wasn't on my radar, I was just there to
Yeah,
take some pictures and super thankful for my friends, like I found out like that, so I met a lot of these players, and then yes, ESPN wanted photos of mine always, or
that's amazing.
and so for skateboarding, and I didn't want to give it to them because it wasn't cool. Uh, but then I gave them some photos that none of the skate mags wanted, and they paid a lot of money. So I was like, okay, this is
Yeah,
cool.
that is cool.
So I built this relationship with ESPN, and as a result, I got credentialed for the games and got credentialed for practices, and that's kind of how it started for me. And then I just built those relationships. I got to, there's always been players like Damian Square is a good friend of mine. There's always been players,
Mhm.
mostly defensive players. I'm more of a defensive fan, but like they have just ended up being friends. And so, and I'll help them with their charity events. They help me with their, like, so I'll, they'll ask me to MC or like,
Mhm.
do you have anything to contribute? Like I'll always help out with those guys.
Who's your team?
I don't. I root for my Trojans. I
Okay.
like Smash Mouth football. I was a running back in third grade,
Oh
on the
gosh.
boys team because I
I was the last
was raised
person that got
USC.
picked when they were picking the sports. You remember that humiliating time when you were little and no one picked you because you sucked at sports? That was me, and I would be so embarrassed and horrified. I'd be like, "No, don't make people pick people. Just set us on the team, please." I was awful. I was always the last one because I was so bad at sports. I hate to say it, but I mean, now I'm more athletic,
They
but
would
I
have
love
picked you
to.
for basketball. See, they wouldn't pick me
No,
for
they
basketball.
wouldn't.
I
I
never
wouldn't.
had any basketball
No, I
skills.
wouldn't. I wouldn't have got picked for basketball. I mean, yeah, I was really bad at sports. Um, I was a cheerleader though. You know, it was really funny. When we were talking, we just did an event recently. Devo was in town for the Cruel World concert, which I actually attended, and that was crazy. That was a crazy amount of walking, but it just it was so fun to see them perform after meeting them and hanging out with them at the
Mhm.
gallery. So it was extra special. But and they were rocking it. It was really amazing. But I asked one of the members of of Devo, like, "Oh, are you really excited to play tomorrow?" And he said, it was Mark, and he said, No, not really." And I said, okay." I go, "Well, I'm excited to see you." And he said, "Yeah." He goes, "Can you imagine being a cheerleader?" And my sister was with me, and she's like, "She was a cheerleader." And she said, "Well, said, can you imagine now going and putting on your cheerleading outfit and doing all those cheers for people? Like, wouldn't that be awful?" I'm like, I guess when you say it like
Yeah.
that, but I thought I don't know why I didn't ask him, and then why do you do it? But then I'm thinking, well, obviously you do it because you want to get paid, but or maybe you're doing it for the other members in the band so they get paid. I don't really know.
Mhm.
But when I saw him performing, I thought he looks like he loves this.
Yeah.
And there can't possibly be something in him that doesn't actually love it and seeing people scream and happy, you know? So, but he did say that, so I thought it was really interesting.
No, that is interesting.
Yeah. Because
Um,
I know other musicians that they live to perform.
well, and that's my friends, my music. I
Yeah.
mean, that's music was always has always been a part of my life as well, and like the same. In fact, my friend Johnny's the one, Johnny Two Bags is the one that kind of got me going to shows, live music again, more
Mhm.
so, and kind of helped me through some really tough times. Him and Ray both helped me a lot in a lot of ways, but that live music, the gift of live music is
I
there's
love
just
it.
nothing like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see that '80s show in the at Hollywood Bowl next. It's
Right.
like Rick Springfield, John Waite, Paul Young, and Wang Chung.
Oh wow. Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like it's close to my birthday, so I want to go do something. I have to go to the Hollywood Bowl at least once a year to see something.
Okay, I'd
I
never
just
been.
what?
Well, no, I've been there for
Are
events,
you
but not for
a concert?
I don't like big venues.
You
I
know,
went to Santa Barbara Bowl, like
yeah.
because Johnny put me on the list. It was Social Distortion and Bad Religion.
Okay.
So that was the first time I'd been there. It was beautiful. That was incredible. But generally, and then I shot No Effects at the Pier, their last shows, and
It's a lot.
super thankful to be
Yeah.
credentialed, like, but like it's like
Big
I don't
crowds.
like I like
Yeah, you
small
know what?
little venues.
I have to say I don't either. When I first got to the Cruel World concert, it was just so packed, and it actually was packed with. I mean, I don't even know what bands. What everybody was dressed in their different outfits for the different bands, like the
Hmm.
goth people and the punk rock people and the people with the plastic Devo hats on, and just rock and rollers, and
Just like
it
NFL
kind of
fans,
made
right?
yeah, it made me like this is nuts, and I don't I get kind of scared mainly because of the mass shootings that have been going on in the world.
Mm.
Every time you go somewhere like that, and then I'm thinking, Paris, don't be negative, but it does scare me because it's always at these events that some kook goes off, and it scares me. And I think that a lot of times, I don't like feeling scared, but I do. I think that every time I'm at like these crazy events with a lot of people, because I didn't actually even check my bag, which they usually check your bag in
Oh,
security. I
okay.
just walked straight in. I'm like, damn, I could have brought almonds.
And water
I
bottle
could
and
have bought water and snacks. They said no food. But I did have food there, and I bought, $1,000 pupusas, and, it was really good. But, yeah, I don't like big crowds either, but it's kinda, you have to do it to see the people you wanna see,
No,
right?
totally, and again, back to that gratitude of being,
Mhm.
like, even for X Games, have being credentialed, like, at Staples and, in Philly and San Diego, wherever all the X Games were, for a long time, but being down in, like, Staples Center, like, and being like, "Ah, these guys suck, like, this sucks, like, and then being like, okay, wait a minute, Des, like, freaking reset. Like,
Yeah.
this is insane. People would die to be where you're at. Like,
Mhm.
enjoy it. Yeah, maybe we're being limited to where we can shoot, obviously. But we are credentialed and like this is an honor,
Yeah.
like so I go back and forth, of like but yeah, the no effects one was just like it was just so
At the
big.
pier? At the which
Oh yeah.
pier?
And then you couldn't shoot
Santa
like
Monica
during
Pier?
no, San Pedro.
Oh, San
Like, it was like
Pedro.
It was like I mean, it was it was pretty I mean, it was pretty insane. Um, it was great. I mean, it was great. I mean, I'm not but it was just so big,
Yeah.
and I was used to seeing them, like, my girlfriend, Sherry, like, would always I and Ep was with Epitaph, and so I'd always be on the list, or on stage with everybody in the early '90s,
Mhm.
for shows, and so I mean, and smaller venues, or if it was a
I
larger,
like smaller
I like
venues.
smaller, more intimate venues,
Uh-huh, me too.
but, I've snuck into some big ones though too, but
Yeah. Who would you wanna take photographs of that you haven't been able to photograph yet in the skateboard world?
hmm, gosh, that's a good question. Um Oh, that one I don't know. I mean, there's a lot. I've shot a lot of people, but like, action or just lifestyle and
I don't know,
portraits.
just who would you
I
really want?
mean, well, I've got a series I want to work on, and it's like, and Tim gave me film for it. It's going to be all film.
Oh, Tim did? Like
Yeah, he gave me a bunch of like, he gave me
Isn't
a,
he the best? He runs around
oh
with
my
with a
God.
bag of film.
Yeah. No, and
He's so
this is
cute.
more of a different series than I've done in the past, and it's I'm calling it my dynamo. It's called the Dynamo series is what I want to call it, and it's just all these amazing dynamos in my life, and mostly they're musicians or they're athletes, and or they're just very special people in my life, and it's all women,
Mhm.
which is
Oh, that's
different because
cool.
I've always shot. I mean, usually shoot men.
Mhm.
Um, as far as like, I mean, Julian Edelman would be cool to shoot photos of, like not in
Mhm.
skateboarding, but I asked him a couple questions at Super Bowl in Atlanta. He skates as well, or
Mhm.
somewhat. Skateboarding. There's a lot of people that I would love to shoot. That I haven't had the opportunity to. Um, I'd love to shoot more photos of Wes. Um, and God, I don't even. My brain kind of just went lost.
That's okay. Have more
I'm
coffee.
gonna have more coffee. I'm seeing Paris has her own cups. I love that.
Well, you need to get your own cup too. Thanks, Yenna and Henry. They made the little
Yeah,
well,
there's
then
cool.
my little
And
Mary
so
made me
you're
the
oh, there we
cartoon
go.
of
I
me.
could have, but see, I
Yeah,
spilled coffee on
the
this side.
Paris Chung Show.
There we go.
Okay. So now if someone wants to listen to your show, where could
hmm
they go?
They can go to iTunes. They can
Okay.
go
The
to
Desiree
Spotify,
Show.
The Desiree Show, Spotify. I mean, all podcast outlets. Now there's also going to be a YouTube page as well, with
Okay.
the quote unquote podcast. So I will have it'll either be the Desiree Show or Desiree Astorga.
Okay.
I
And
have
where
a
can we see your photography?
DesireeStorga.com, and I will be updating my website.
Okay.
So I'm going to be
I
going
know
through some workouts.
I'm like we need to the about page.
Yeah, I know. I need
And there
to.
needs to be a cute picture of you.
Yeah, that's
There are some, but we need a new one. We have to
okay.
get one of our friends to do a photo of you.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
get your
no,
portrait done. We'll get your
no.
portrait done. Next time Manfred Bauman comes in town, I'm gonna have you come in and get your portrait done. He's pretty incredible, and so is Sean Black. Well,
Okay.
I can't tell you how thankful I am that you came in today, and how thankful I am that I met you, and you've
Mm.
been so lovely and supportive and showing up at all the events, and it's been nice seeing you at all the shows.
So
And because you
honored.
don't live around the corner either. I
No.
won't drive out of my 5-mile radius. No matter how I mean, going to Pasadena to see the Crow, but someone drove or I wouldn't
Uh-huh.
have gone. And I just hate driving. Isn't that awful?
No, I mean, no, I mean, teaches. I mean, yeah. I think when I moved to Tahoe, for the snowboard pro, my parents gave me a truck, and they're like, "We were going to buy you a house, but you live in your car," so they bought me a truck.
That's
So,
so cool.
and so I've always,
You lived in your truck?
no, but my parents, they were like, if we could give you a down payment for a house, but we gave you a truck instead because I lived in I mean, I just always on the road,
Yeah, that's good.
couch
The
tours
life
and
of
like,
a skateboarding photographer.
yeah. Well, and this was snowboarding days too, but
Snowboarding.
yeah.
Oh god,
So
I haven't had the balls to try that one. That looks scary. Well, thank you so much for being here,
thank
and
you,
I'm looking forward to getting to know you better and seeing you more.
thank you,
And thank
Chris.
you for listening to the Paris Chong Show. And thanks to my team, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
I need a tagline. Well, my tagline is me talking to my artsy fartsy friends, but every time I tell that to somebody else, they always say it's Paris Chong Show talking to our artsy friends. I'm like, it's a Paris Chong Show. It's a Paris Chong Show, show. It's a Paris Chong Show. It's a Paris Chong Show.